Is it possible to win on Gran Turismo 7 when your car is completely randomised? Well, today we're going to be going into some of the highest ranking lobbies in the game to answer that one question. Can we get a victory? Because I wanted to know if the cars were actually that much different to each other, and if there were some secret underdogs that we didn't even know about. The rules are quite simple. After every race, your car gets randomised and you can't change it. You get no practice with that car, and you have to get a win, no matter what. And if I don't get a win by the end of the video, I'll have to buy 100 Honda Fit hybrids as a forfeit. Oh no, the Suzuki Vision. A car that no one cares about and no one even knows about. So let's see how it does. So we're starting in 10th in the Suzuki at the Nürburgring sprint circuit, and it's only 5 laps. So if we want to win, we need to get a bit of a move on. We need to watch our braking point for the first turn, as I don't know where to brake, but we're going to pick a spot and it seems about right behind this Lamborghini here. And as I said, we need to be making moves quickly, so we come to the inside and try and hang it around next to him. But this car, honestly, on my first impressions, it's not the best. It's quite slidey, and it also doesn't really like accelerating out of the turns. So the Lamborghini's on our outside. It's going to be side by side through all of these turns. I need to try and get in front of him, but it's going to be hard, and he takes the lead again. The problem with all this fighting is the people in front of us are starting to get away a little bit, so I need to go for the move here. I'm going to try send it on the inside, but it's not worth it. I do not really have that much confidence in the car, if I'm going to be honest. It's so slidey though. Every time I go into a turn, it just slides. And coming into the latter part of the lap, it's just not close enough and we can't get the move done. Brakes are good. Now coming out of the turn, the Ferrari has a really bad run, so we get a free move on him, and now we're going to try and go for the Lamborghini, but we just can't do it. He closes the door and we can't get it on the inside. Frustrating, but on the end of this lap we're up 2 positions, so it's all good. And as you will see in a second, this is where things start to go bad. And we get taken out. Oh my god. That wasn't even my fault either. I don't even like the Suzuki anyway. Like, it's not bad, but it's just not amazing. Well, to put it simple, the car's just not good. Like, it just seems a bit underdeveloped. It doesn't really have much strong points, if any, and it has a lot of weak points. So, 5 out of 10? Hopefully the next car's better, because I'm not buying 100 Honda Fits. Right, so our next car is the Ferrari 458, and that's the best car on this track, so we've got a really good chance. Jeez, look how many Ferraris there are. That is literally the whole grid. Damn. Starting in 9th, so we are quite far back, but it's only 5 laps, so we kind of need a good run to get us to this victory, which we need, because I'm not buying 100 Honda Fits. Let's try and get it around the outside. This car's sliding. So we're starting in 9th with only 5 laps, so like I said last time, we need to get these positions and overtakes done quickly, or just get a better qualifying time. And I think that's the problem with having your car changed after each race, is that you don't really have that much time, or if any time, to get used to the car, and that means you don't really have that much confidence of it. I don't really know what the car's going to do in the turns or out of the turns, so if I go for a dive bomb or something, I'm not really knowing what's going to happen. Like, every car will have a different braking point and the amount of speed you can carry in the turns, and that's different for each car, so you kind of need some laps to get used to it. Coming around this next turn, I thought about sending it, but we were just a bit too far off. Oh, what is that lag spike? But the Ferrari seems like a really solid car, and I've driven it before, so I know what it's like. Out of all the cars in the GT3 class, it's probably the most agile, and it can switch direction really quickly, which is probably why it's really good for this track, and it's got a low centre of gravity. So I was eyeing up this Ferrari in front of us, trying to get a better exit out of the chicane, but I did get hit from behind, which was really annoying. But like I said, we need to get a move done quickly, because there's only 4 laps left after the end of this. I think we also need a better qualifying time, to be honest. Now, in the whole of the first lap, I haven't made any positions up, so we need to start doing that in the next lap. Now, my idea for this move was to play it all the way to the outside, and then cut back in and get a better exit than the car in front of me. It worked, but not as well as I wanted it to, and we're stuck side by side with him. So I do the switcheroo, and hopefully we get a better exit than him, and we do, and we're side by side with him, and we've got the inside for the next turn, so we get the move done. We also gained another position because of the car that spanned in front of us like 2 turns ago. Now, chasing people is alright, but it does get quite overwhelming when you've got 2 red Ferraris chasing you, and going into this turn you can just see how close they are, and I'm thinking in my head, do I need to defend, or can I go for the optimal line? Oh, I like this car. It's pretty good. Just need to catch these two people in front. Yes, die. And at the start of the third lap, our next big overtaking opportunity had begun. This time with, you guessed it, another Ferrari 458. Braking late then into the first turn, we're going to try prioritise our exit, but he's there and blocks us off. And then as we cut back in, we get taken out. Like, bro, can these people actually start driving like actual drivers? It's okay, we just need to catch up to 5th and then get that overtake done. But going back to a couple turns ago, would you say this is fair because he moved quite a lot under braking, or completely not fair? Tell me in the comments. I did kind of cut him up as well, but this braking is diabolical. Anyway, about 1.5 laps later, we find ourselves stuck behind Leach. What the hell is this? And after getting a pretty good run on the straight against him, he almost takes me out, but we're on the left on the inside for the next turn. We're going to brake a little bit later than we usually would, and we're going to ride the curb as well and get the position done on Leach. Yes. I'm sorry I had to again, but that's an adult buffalo leech. Do you know how big those things get? I'll tell you at the end of the video because those things are actually disturbing, but we actually need to catch up the guy in front of us, N Hens in 4th. Okay, I promise I'll stop with the animal jokes, but for the final lap, we do not have enough steam to catch up the guy in front of us. Fair enough. That's 5th, that's not bad. We just need a bit of a faster qualifying lap because that's just not enough. Like, we're starting in 9th. I think if we had a faster qualifying lap, we could definitely be aiming for 1st, and that's what we kind of need, you know what I mean? The car's nice, it's really nice. Now, there's a reason this car owns the leaderboards. It's genuinely one of the most agile and well-rounded cars I've ever driven. And what I like about it most is it drives extremely confidently, literally everywhere. It's extremely planted in the front ends and it can change direction almost instantly, which makes it so good for this track. 8.5 out of 10. By now, I think we can all agree we're starting way too far back on the grid. So we need to set a qualifying lap to change that. So on this turn, we're going to take it really tight and use this bump here to push us forward, and we're going to get on the power really early. For this turn here, we're going to try and coast it around the main part of the turn, and then when we see the acceleration point, we're going to start accelerating using all of the track. This turn's really hard as you have to feather the brakes because you're moving in an off-camber turn, but then we're going to hug this turn here, really careful on the throttle because the car likes to step out here, and we're going to use all of the track because there's no track limits. Keeping our foot planted then, we're going to look for the 100 board, which is around there, braking quite tight and trail braking, going to around the middle of the track, and then upping a gear into 2nd and powering out, using this curb to hook us in. Then we're going to look for the line across the track, braking on that, and then using the normal apexes, just trying to carry a lot of speed. Being patient on the brakes here as this turn's really hard to get right. We're going to power out extremely early as you possibly can, because this straight is so long and you need to get that turn right. Using this curb here to hook you back in, and then we're going to be spotting the braking point up here. 100 board is what we're looking for. An extremely crucial braking point. Here you're going to try and eye up the curbs here as you're going to completely obliterate them using all of the track and then powering out, getting really early on that throttle. We're going to come up onto this curb here and we're going to use all the track we possibly can. Patient on the throttle because the back end likes to step out here, and then we're going to power out to hopefully get a good lap. Let's see what we get. Oh, 127.6. 127.3. I'm not sure that's enough, but I don't have time for another lap. The Mazda RX Vision, okay. I'm not sure if it's going to be possible. And this time let's try get a win because I'm not buying 100 Hondas. So to start it off, this guy absolutely destroys his braking point, but let's focus on the Mazda. So let's get this straight. I've never used this car and I've never thought about using it, but I know a lot of people that have, and it's pretty darn popular. It looks honestly really, really nice. Like, I'd love to rock this as my main car, but let's just see how it drives. And so far, it's a bit mid, but we're 2 turns in. We get an absolute whip of oversteer. This car definitely does not like me at this point. But you know, we're learning the limits of this car, what this car can do and what it can't. And there's a bit of carnage in front of us as we get hit into and then squeezed, which, what is this guy in front of me doing, seriously? Like, he comes in with the most confidence I've ever seen, rams me, hits me into the Lamborghini, and then squeezes me against his other Ferrari to get like 8 positions. Who does this guy think he is? But don't worry, he's one of many idiots in this race, and we're gonna get him back, hopefully. Well, I'm gonna try. Luckily, he gets a bit slidey on the exit, so we have a bit of a run on him. We're gonna pull to the right. What is this guy doing? He just completely cut me up. And yeah, this mesh guy is not messing around. He seems dirty. Look, he's looking for the moves all the time. Oh, this car's actually kind of nice. There's some things on it that aren't amazing. Like the front end's not the best. Oh, okay, just send it. Fair enough. I kind of left that door open. Honestly, it's a really good move from Hermanos. We just completely leave the door open, completely stupid. But there's nothing saying we can't get him back, so down the straight, let's pull to the right and try get a dive bomb down this turn. These guys, what are they doing? These guys are such... He just forced me off the track. So we're on board with Hermanos here. He pulls to the right, which is okay, but then he pulls to the right again and completely pushes me off the track, which makes me outbrake myself. Like, oh my god. So after that, I outbrake myself and we're left with a tricky situation here. We can move down on the inside where we're still going to take him out. We can go straight, which we're going to take him out again. Or we can go left, which is the only other option. And then to make matters worse, we've got a turning circle of a lorry, so it takes so long to get back onto the track, and we're in 8th. But if I learn anything, it's that we're not going to give up. And me and the Mazda, I feel like it could be a pretty good team. And as we're coming up onto the chicane, I smell blood. Red Ferrari blood. When you go for an overtake, you can either do two things. Send it, or wait for them to make a mistake and capitalize on it. And here, he does exactly that. But it's not exactly over yet, as he's still in front of us. So going into this next turn, we're going to look forward and brake slightly later than him, so over the inside, hug this turn and then power out, and then we're in front of him. Move done. But actually it's not, because look behind us, he's still here, and as he's got a bunch of slipstream for this straight, we're gonna have to fight it, and everything is still up for grabs. We're gonna try keep to the inside here, as that's where the fastest part of the track is, and we defend it quite well. We're gonna push him to the outside of the track. Here again, he does a switcheroo, so we're gonna do the same thing, just keeping the inside to ourselves, and we're gonna power out and we're in front of him so far. Here's another overtaking opportunity. We're going to brake quite late and hug this inside line. Make sure he can never ever get onto the racing line. And just like that, because he gets a bad exit, we're going to power out and get the position done. But for the remaining couple of laps, the people in front of us are just too far away. And we also make a stupid mistake. No! Oh! All by myself as well. We somehow messed up by pushing too hard, and our dreams of catching Mej and Hermanos were all gone. And speaking of Mej and Hermanos, Hermanos took Mej out, Mej then crashed, and Hermanos finished in 4th.
The Mazda 787. That was amazing! What a character.
Now honestly, this Mazda is one of the best cars. It's popular, but not as popular as it should be. And throughout the turns, downforce is good and it's very responsive, but it can be a bit unpredictable. But seriously, I do love this car, but I just don't think it's suited to these low speed tracks. I'll give it a 6 or 7 out of 10. Right, so this next car is extremely important because we need a good car. We can't be anything bad. Hyundai, I don't know if that's good or not. And for this next race, we're starting in 2nd. We actually have a chance. So buckle up and relax, and let's see if we can win on Gran Turismo 7 with a randomized car and no practice. Because we failed so many times so far, and now will be the time to win it. So let's do this. Okay, we just need to get the move done early, and then we can go. Oh, he's so laggy. He is so laggy. And right off the bat, this guy has awful lag, which will change the race entirely. Breaking down into turn 1 then, I'm doing my own thing when this guy is just doing whatever you can call this. What the hell is this lag? We're just going to stay behind him now because it's literally impossible to overtake him. And when you're lagging like that, it's super distracting for me because I can barely focus on my driving. He's got a 2-second penalty, okay. And it gives me mini jump scares, like when he teleports inside of me and I think he's going to hit me. But because of his awful lag, we are now in front, so we just need to pull away. And as we're going into the next turn, this is where it all goes sour. Oh! Bro! What the hell did I do? Now, I've got no words, and at the time, I think I've been rammed. But when you look over the footage, you can see the real culprit. So the best angle is probably from this Ferrari. You can see me get tapped by the laggy guy, and then he's minding his own business, going into the space. Yeah, it's so annoying because it was no one's fault, and I honestly thought we had this one. But I guess it was up to fate for it to end this way. But we've got one more go at this. my, let's go! If I could have literally any car, it would be this Lexus. We are so lucky and we have to win this one. Like, look at how happy that guy is. Surrounded by Ferraris we are, with the odd one out, but I think we can make something happen here. And remember, it's our final chance. It's a victory or a garage filled with Hondas, 100 of them. So just around all of these turns, I'm gonna have to take it easy because I don't know this car yet. But generally it feels good. It's responsive, it's planted, and most of all, it's powerful, really powerful. Coming down from this turn then, we've got to watch it from both in front and behind because you can overtake or get overtaken in literally seconds, milliseconds. Oh my god, this car's slidey. Mr. Lexington's is having trouble. And the people in front of us are fighting, so we're going to watch and try and benefit from this. Don't ever want to be on the outside, but... And getting a better exit out of this turn, we're going to try and go for a move here, but we just don't have enough momentum. Compared to his car, we're just a little bit too far away, so going from the move, we probably wouldn't have got it. And for this turn here, I backed off a little bit, trying to get a better exit, but I messed it up, so he has the advantage on the straight and we don't. But hey, I don't really know this car that well yet. It's a slidey car, but it's got pace. Just wants to step out a lot. And looking from a different camera, you can see how much of these curbs we destroy. We're determined to win this. Doesn't eat these bumps very well. It's wheel spinning all through first gear. Even at the top of it. And second gear. And on the exit of here. It's not bad though. It's honestly, it's a popular car. What the hell is that? It's got a fat ass antenna. And on the second lap, coming into this next turn, we're too far away to get the move done. But now we're halfway through the second lap, the people behind us have completely fallen off, so it's a three-way battle for the win. As you can see, we've slightly fallen off from the people in front of us though, so the ideal thing here would be that they fight, lose time, and we make an advantage on that and get the move done on them. And look, they are fighting. And I know you may think I'm stupid from saying this, but even from this gap, we can make a huge advantage. Just look. Yes. That's the power of capitalizing from other people's mistakes or other people battling. Now let's track down first. And looking back to see how far the guy behind me is, all we see is an antenna. And on the third lap, turn 1, can we go for the move to get first place? Not quite, we're just too far away. And now we're right behind the Ferrari again, ready to play. But as you know, there's 3 parts of an overtake. Catching up, doing the overtake, and then getting away. And we're still on the first part. So time to get the move done. Coming up behind him then, we're just going to try and put him under pressure now. So all he does is think about us. He doesn't defend the move, so we're going to move down to the inside, brake normally, and then look at him. He easily cracked under pressure, and we're going to take the right racing line and get in front of him. But we don't. We're going to keep fighting it then, and we're going to be side by side, still on the outside, but we're going to power out, squeezing him, and we're going to get the move done, but we haven't again. Oh my god, he squeezes his way down the inside, and he gets it done. Somehow, he's in front of us, but then, look behind us. Oh wait, he's not. He's really far behind. It's annoying we didn't get the move done, but that sometimes happens, and fair play to Skolob, he's just really good at defending. But again, we've got one more try at this, and we're right behind him. Again, we're going to stick right behind him, using all the slipstream to get as fast as possible, flashing our lights, and in the last second we're going to turn back onto the racing line. He messes up his braking point and... Yes! Come on, that's the power of the Lexus. I love this car right now. It does whatever I want it to do. I can set up amazing moves with it, and it's just... Oh, it's so good. We put him under huge pressure under braking, and then while we're braking, we switch round onto the racing line while he messes up his line, and then he has a bad exit, and we just get the move done. Oh, it's so satisfying. So now it's the final lap. We're 1 lap away from getting a victory or buying 100 Hondas. But don't think the race is done yet, and we can relax, because behind us, Skolob is still there. He actually plays the move really wide. I'm not sure if he missed his braking point or not, but yet again, he's still right behind us, and it's the final lap. We're going to be throwing everything at it. Yet again, through this section, we're just going to be keeping on the right racing line because that's the fastest line, but here we're going to try go a little bit more defensive, only because he can properly screech up the inside, and we don't want him doing that. Luckily, we fended that off well, but he's still right behind us again, and that's going to be a common theme for the rest of this lap, because when you're defending, it's really hard to get rid of somebody. Obviously, when you're defending, you're not on the right racing line, so you're going a bit slower, so they can always capitalize on that and be right behind you. But through these next couple of turns, we're still going to stay in front, and remember, this is a really short lap, so we're already like halfway through the lap, probably more. And here we are. These next couple of turns will decipher who wins this race, but right now we are in first, so we are in the best position that we can be in. So going around into the last turn, we're in front, but the guy behind me, Scolob, is right behind. He pulls over to the right, and now we're neck and neck. We're in front of him still, and we take the right racing line, eat the curb like hell, and we're in front.
Let's go!
Oh yes, the Lexus. We win with the Lexus. Going around the final turn, look how far they are. Second, third and fourth, but we, in the Lexus, are in first.
Go! Oh my god. Jeez. Finally. Oh. Damn, I was not expecting that.
Oh my god, yes, we've done it. Finally, in the Lexus, we've completed the challenge. We don't have to buy 100 Hondas. We've done it. Now we've answered the question. You can win on Gran Turismo with a randomized car. It's hard, we've done it, and what a car to do it in. I love the Lexus RCF. Like 10 out of 10, thank you. Just honestly, it's wonderful. There's nothing wrong with the car.
Don't have to buy 100 Hondas anymore. Oh, I was actually really worrying about that. We've done it. I'm so happy from that. Just genuinely really happy from that. Lexus, lovely car. Lovely car.
And that completes it. The worst car was a Suzuki. It was genuinely shocking. Then the Hyundai, which I barely got to drive. Then the Mazda, which wasn't bad at all. And then the Ferrari, which is a great car. But then you can't forget about this Lexus. So a real mix of cars. The Lexus was amazing. The Hyundai was an underdog. And thank you very, very much for watching. If you got to the end, please do subscribe. It took me over 20 hours to make. And thank you very much. Have a lovely day.